Trevor and Amy Smith with Smith Team Luxury Real Estate and Coldwell Banker, coming to you from beautiful Lake Tahoe. So Trevor and I recently went to some of our doctor's appointments, just our annual checkups, and when we were discussing what kind of doctor we wanted to work with, hands down, both of us wanted somebody who is a specialist and who had been in the business for a long time. So that kind of sparked some conversations with us about not only our physical health, but our financial health and the importance of who's representing you in each area of your life. So as we all know, no matter what kind of real estate you own, whether it's commercial, single family, multifamily, land development, those assets are typically the largest assets you'll have in your financial portfolio. So while we're looking at our physical health being very important in who's representing us, it also matters who's representing you as your realtor, and especially like in Trevor Smith's case, as your broker. So we wanted to give you guys an opportunity to get to know a little bit more about Trevor. Most of you know who he is. He's been in Lake Tahoe for 30 years doing real estate. And so Trev, why don't you tell us, how did you get into real estate here?
So I grew up here in Tahoe City, and a number of my friends lived actually in Incline Village, and I always knew about it. But so I went to college at Davis, studied managerial economics, and then came back to sell real estate with my family on the California side, got my California broker's license, and then moved to Incline Village and decided that I really wanted to be in this area. Got my Nevada broker's license, and that was, almost 30 years ago. And so fast forward to today, and we've had a team for many, many years and been operating at a really high level. And that's kind of how I got into the business, but my entire family is in the business. Your family's in the business. So we have, I think, 23 licenses in our immediate family, which is amazing. Brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, etc. So it's definitely in our blood, but that's how I got into the business. And then, we kind of progressed from there.
Love it. So tell us what you've done that's given you unique experiences in your real estate transactions.
So when I started in the business, our first clients were developers. So they wanted to buy lots and learn how, so I learned the process really quick with TRPA and at the time Placer County on the California side, and then Washoe County on the Nevada side. But we did everything. We did, single family spec homes. We built condominiums. We built, and I say we with clients, and we sold all of these things. We did commercial. We even did a timeshare lakefront project. So we built things kind of all over the place. And so I got a crash course in, development and working with TRPA and, working around the regulations and really kind of, helping our clients make it work. But that's kind of the key is, a lot of the stuff that we've done over the years has been really valuable to our clients now, because we've been through almost everything that you can do, whether it's on the waterfront, all the way up the hill to the Lakeview stuff, scenic simulations. We continue to be involved in the planning side of it. We're working with Washoe County on the TRPA community plan right now, which is being updated. So I met with the representative at the county and tried to coach him to get some things that are more favorable to the residents, things that we might be able to use and the developers. But that's kind of the unique experience that we have that is valuable to a lot of people. And you may not think, well, that doesn't apply to a regular resale real estate, but it does, because land coverage, doing additions or adding a garage or what have you are part of this process. So understanding and being able to explain that easily is really important.
Exactly. And also that contract knowledge. You've been around a long time prior to everything being online and with all the technology, but having all this knowledge and background has been really beneficial for our clients, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, I remember when the fax machine came into the business, and that's, maybe that's embarrassing, but that was way before computers. And then, later you add the internet, and the stuff that you do on social media now is, really a key part of our business. But I've seen all of these changes, and really what it's been is we have to adapt and then use those tools to our advantage. So That's one thing that we've done very, very well throughout this process and throughout the team growth is just adapt to what the current market's doing, use the tools that are out there to the best of our ability. And one of the things that we've really poured a lot of effort into is training, because there are people out there that can do all these things better than we can. So we have continuously trained and trained and trained. And that is something that we're dedicated to, and has really led us to the success we have right now. We have great coaches, we have great team members, and that combination is really, allows us to do more business and do it more effectively for our clients.
Exactly. And it allows us to reach everybody out there who does need our team's help coming up here. One of the biggest things with our training is staying ahead of the market. We may not always know what's going to happen next, but as long as we're involved in it, staying ahead of it, we're doing right by our clients and all those other people that do need our help. So how does this experience and unique ability make our team so successful?
So it's part of that process, but some of the stuff that we do is we know what's coming. We know what the forecasts are because the economists that work with our coaches give us the best forecast so we can kind of help our clients and guide them through the market. But the other side of it is like, okay, what's next in technology? Is video hot? Is Facebook hot? Is there something else that's coming that's totally different? Zillow just added a new 360 tour, which is interesting, and we started using it and testing it. I think maybe with some mixed results, but it is interesting. And so there's a lot of things that come out like that. And, it may be the next great thing. It may be the next Zillow, or maybe Realtor.com will come up with something else, or maybe some other player that we don't even recognize. And so a lot of our marketing now is through social media that you do. And, that's a constantly evolving play field. So it's interesting to see how that changes and how it affects our clients. But to answer your question, we're really good at that stuff. You're really good at that stuff. So that's what gives us the edge. That's what gives us more exposure than our competition. Allows us to sell more houses. It allows us to reach more people. And so it's really about our sphere of influence and our footprint. One is our experience and our reputation, which it really helps us. But then it's about, okay, who do you know? Who do you know in the key markets around the world, in the luxury segment? Who are the people that you have access to that you can get referrals from? And how can we use that to our clients' advantage? And that's really been our success, is that the relationships that we have are long-standing, and we leverage those to help our clients.
Exactly. And one of the interesting things, Trevor and myself were lucky enough to sit on a luxury panel recently, and we had a lot of questions, people asking us, what's the secret? What's the one big thing that you guys are doing? Is it just Facebook? Is it postcards? And quite frankly, it's not just one thing. A lot of it is, we can attest to Trevor being the broker for 30 years. That is huge. That is number one for our team. We have to have somebody that has that kind of knowledge and that in-depth knowledge. But at the end of the day, it really is just hard work. It's working hard on every single platform for our clients. There are people out there that are hiring us that need our help. We better be working. We're doing open houses on the weekends. We're making our phone calls. We are marketing as much as we can, and again, to the benefit of the people that we represent. So why do you think it's so important for people to choose an experienced professional?
Well, it's much like you were talking about when you started the video. I'm getting ready to have a medical procedure, which is semi-invasive, and my first thought was have the guy or the gal with the most experience. I want the person that's done this 10,000 times, and that's us. So, yes, you might be able to get another realtor that can do the same job, but they probably won't get the same results we do. Mm-hmm. We do it faster at a higher price, and probably statistically, we are more successful, right? In other words, we don't fail where other people do. We come in, we work on a lot of properties that other people tried to sell, and then we sell them. And I'd say it's at least 9 out of 10. It may be higher than that. And so you want the person with the most experience, because then they've seen everything. They can anticipate things. They're going to guide you in the right direction, and that's really the key to this whole thing, and that's why experience is valuable. And it's the same thing in the medical field, right? People want to have a doctor that's really experienced because they've seen the things that can happen or that can go bad, and that's really the difference. And this happens the same way in our title business, right? Those relationships are built over a long period of time, and you know that those people are good, and that's why you use them. And it's the same thing with the inspectors, the contractors that we use. all of those, we have a team of people that we use regularly, we use consistently. They show up, they get the job done, and that's part of our experience, is providing that and helping our clients, arrange repairs, whether it's they're getting ready for the market or if it's, in the middle of a contract and the buyer's now done inspections. That's what we do, and that's what I was just doing, an hour ago. I met with one of the contractors we work with, going through the inspection report list, and the client was there, and he says, "Wow, I never realized you do this." And this is part of what we do, and those types of key relationships is really the other element of that experience, because we have long-standing relationships with those people, and that allows us to use that and leverage it for our clients.
And one of the other things, going back to what you were stating too, is with our team. Having a team, all four of us don't work with just one client, or everybody's not off on their own. We work as a team. So maybe go into that a little bit more with the team element.
So we try to do it cross-train, meaning if I'm not available, Amy's available. If Amy's not available, Bill's available, and April. So everybody knows what everyone else is doing at the same time. So maybe April's primary responsibility is coordinating the team and tracking the escrows and contracts and that type of thing. But she can handle a showing, she can handle a contract, she can handle the negotiation if she needs to. So we have done a really extensive effort to make sure that everyone is cross-trained in everything that we do, from putting in a sign to entering something in the MLS, writing the contract, getting it accepted, handling the escrow, following up with the repairs and all of the other things that happen. We're all capable of doing that, and that's really a team effort. That's how we've structured our team differently than a lot of other teams where, okay, this person does one or two things, they don't do anything else. We have primary responsibilities, but we do cross-train, and that allows our client, if they call, they're going to get an answer from someone that knows what's going on. And that's credit to our team for, communicating really well and helping our clients navigate this process without delay. And that's the big thing that you want all this availability for our team. And that part of it is that cross-training. That allows us to do that, and so that we don't miss anything.
Exactly. And like you stated with the availability, that's so important. This is people's money that we're dealing with. If any one of us are out showing property or with other clients, their phone calls and text messages should not be ignored. We want to make sure that we're answering the phones, we're responding immediately, that people feel good about this process. And that's our goal, is to really make sure we are giving that overall wonderful concierge service the whole way through, that no matter who they talk to, our team will always be available. And this also goes to our colleagues as well. We want to make sure that we're always available to our colleagues at any time if they want to show any of our properties. We don't ever want to miss an opportunity, and we want to extend that same kindness to the wonderful colleagues we're so lucky to work with up here. So any last thoughts or anything else you think that people should know about you or our wonderful team? And I will tell you, we have such an amazing team. I don't know how Trevor and I got so blessed. Bill and April are absolutely amazing, incredibly intelligent, both licensed. Bill is a broker, April's our luxury realtor. We are just really so lucky.
Here, I have a great idea. Let's cheers to our coaches, our company, and our team members.
And our colleagues out there.
Cheers to the Lake Life and our colleagues.
Cheers to the Lake Life. Thanks.